So part 3 of how I figured out that I could speak to the dead. So up to this point, I was on my way. I was developing on a spiritual level. It was something that I was doing in my off time. I ended up having 3 babies in 3.5 years. And so my little mummy time at the end of the day or during their naps was reading books, consuming content, trying to figure out what this all means. It was so new to me. And I know I mentioned it in part 2, but even as little as 10 years ago, this was not as mainstream as it is now. Now you can find this content. It's everywhere. It's here on TikTok. It's everywhere. I really struggled. 13 years ago trying to find some like support group or information. And I ended up coming across in Facebook this medium development group. And it's so funny because I'm like, well, I'm not a medium. And I was like, I feel silly for even joining this group, but I'm so desperate for any other like-minded people, any conversation, any knowledge, that I felt like I can't find anything else. I'm going to join this group. And it was absolutely amazing. This lady who was leading the group, her name is Lillian, and she was so passionate. She was newly on her path, and she was so passionate and so open to sharing. And she would do these exercises of picture read. She would post or have other members post a picture, and then we would all practice and comment on it. And then within like 2 or 3 days, they give us our validations. And so I remember literally laying in my basement, my kids playing on the floor next to me, and I'm sitting on the couch doing like these little picture reads. But it was the thing that was keeping me sane when I was home with 3 babies under 3.5 years old, right? And so it was just like such a little treat that I had for myself, and I was getting good at it. And I was like, this is crazy. Within this group, they had what was called a soul circle. And I felt, because I was vastly scared and insecure about all this, I always say I was in my spiritual closet. No, I would even hide my books. I didn't even want like any of my in-laws or my family members to come like see what I'm even interested in, because they're just going to make fun of me, right? And so this was just like something that I did for me at my time. And they were having this soul circle, and I thought, well, geez, it's low cost, everybody is in a different country. I'm in Canada, they're all based in the US. They're not going to know who I am. Right? I'm a keyboard warrior hiding behind the scenes. And so I signed up for the soul circle just to see what it was all about. Just kind of felt guided, even though I didn't think I was a medium. And so I joined this. This was like a little private group chat, and they were like, here's a meditation. Everybody do the meditation. It's like an opening. And then one by one, she would call upon us and be like, okay, let us know anything that you're seeing, sensing, and feeling. And because I was brave behind the curtain, I got to my time, and I said, okay, well, this is what, is coming to me, what I'm experiencing. And they were like, you've never done this before? And I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. And I remember being like, I'm Teresa Caputo. Oh my God. And it was so crazy because I felt like I was on a high for 3 days. Like I knew on a soul level that my life forever changed in that moment. Right? I still struggled with it. I was still, because everything is so internal, it probably took me a year, up to a year. It was definitely a year between that point and then getting to a place that I did readings for the public. And so it was something that I would do for my friend Melissa, and then for her mom, and just trying to figure it out. And I end up after the year feeling guided to make a social media page, because I was just looking for strangers to practice on.